Hello, welcome back to Salty Sunshine, where we shoot the salt. How you doing, Mama?
I'm doing good. Welcome back, everybody. What was this weekend? Anything special?
This weekend, what do I feel like it
No,
was?
it
No,
wasn't like a long weekend. No, it was a
no, that was
regular
last
weekend.
weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, I had fun. I went to a birthday on Saturday. It's so funny because, I'm older, obviously. So, I have this group of friends I've not grown up with, but had since 20 years ago. And the group is ever evolving. Like it changes and changes. Like the people coming in and out. It's always the same staple people that can't get out of
hmm
the party life, and then the people that come in and out. It's so interesting, right?
Yeah, you're
Depending on
part of
what.
the stable people who can't get rid of the party life.
Yeah, it's like they're the anchors, and then everyone else just comes in and out, depending on what they got going on.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because some of them they get new girlfriends and they bring in some weird ass people. And it's interesting. I think it's funny.
Yeah, I always thought it was cute that you had such a big group of friends. 'Cause you know how sometimes I'm an only child and I left the
Well, you
nest.
have half siblings.
Right, right. I have half siblings, but with you, I'm an only child. So, like, when I left the nest with other people who only had one child, I feel like the moms really struggled because they made, like, their child their life and didn't have a life outside. But I always knew, like, you had a life outside, and if I call you, you're like, I'm at dinner or I'm at brunch. Or
I'm like, what do you want?
yeah,
No,
exactly.
I just no. But even when you were little, I always had a life,
Yeah,
always. And I'm a multitasker, so it's not like I'm not one of those people that could just do one thing and
right.
But yeah, so one person in particular at this party has some new girlfriend, and she's so weird. Like she's older and weird, and she was staring at. She gave me bad vibes, and
Mm,
it's so funny because you can't. What are you gonna do? Say something because it trickles around everything, and then it becomes drama you don't want to be part of. So I'm just like, oh my god,
right, when you see the bad vibes before everyone else.
no. And I'm just like, can you break up? Like it's probably not gonna last anyways. Like oh my god, get her out of here. It's weird people. And what are you gonna do? Like they bring them around, they bring 'em around. Like you have to
Yeah, you just have to let it run its course.
it's very interesting. But that was
hmm
fun. It was so windy on Saturday downtown, by Brickell. I was like, oh my gosh, I guess there was a storm passing, and I was like, we couldn't be outside for a while. All the girls were like, no, we're not going outside. We're staying by the bar because our hair was everywhere. But what else? Did you do anything fun?
Yeah, I had an engagement party on Saturday night. Um, at a really cool bar called Whistler's in Austin.
I've been there.
Yes, you have. It has like really cool
I think
dark.
that's one of my favorite places I've gone over there because
hmm
Austin's a different vibe,
hmm
and so that was a
Yeah, the
cool
way it's
place.
decorated, it's very like romantic,
It's a
dark.
vibe.
It's a vibe.
Yeah.
And they just had like an open tab there. It was a very chill engagement party. Um, and I am so dumb. I was getting dressed, and since it wasn't like an official engagement party, it was just like an open tab at a bar. I didn't like really think about it, but I got there and I was wearing a white shirt and
You
like a
were
skirt.
underdressed.
No, I was wearing white.
Oh, so?
The
Oh,
bride.
okay. But with what? With
It
jeans?
was like my cowgirl boots, which are brown, and then a brown like a multicolored skirt.
So you weren't in white. You just had a white
So I
top.
wasn't in white, but the top was.
So what?
I
Was it
guess.
sectioned off? Like
I'm like, oh
obviously
my god, I'm
sectioned
not
off.
gonna get invited to the wedding now.
You're kidding, right?
Um,
Is that a joke? Like she can't be that.
no,
It's not like you're in a white dress. You had a
I
white
know.
item on.
The mother-in-law was also wearing white, like a
Oh
white
gosh.
t-shirt and a skirt.
But
So
they had it sectioned off obviously because it's open bar.
no,
So what if someone that's not part of their party ordered drinks?
no, no, no. It's a bar tab, so you just say the last name that the tab's under.
But what if right? So what if someone they don't know is ordering off their tab?
Why would they don't know their last name?
Because they can ask someone.
You can hear anyone's name and ask for their tab.
Okay. Well, that's a risky thing to do. I think.
Only you would think of that. Anyways.
Well, people are shady.
Anyways, I felt really bad and I was like, I want to formally apologize for wearing white.
Oh, you
Because I didn't
told
even
her?
think about it.
What did she say?
Yes. She was like, oh, it didn't even cross my mind.
I
Probably
think that's the
did,
last thing she would think of. Like, it's so silly.
I guess. I don't know.
You
Some people are really anal about that stuff.
Then they have issues. That's so stupid. You're at a
Like, I
bar.
cannot believe I'm that girl right now. Like, should I go
Oh
home and
my god.
change?
Okay, well, we had the boat show this weekend too, I think. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm really into, I don't know why my feed um has incorporated like beautiful like boats and yachts. And I'm like, wow, if I don't know how to drive a boat, but if I were to get one, I'm like, this is the one I would get. Like, it's really beautiful blue with like the wood. I'm like, oh, this is my kind of boat. Like, not a regular boat, like a cute chic boat.
Right.
Yeah.
Very cute. Maybe you
I
should
don't
go to the
know.
boat show, shop around.
No, that's too much work. But I like looking at the photos. I don't know why it's on my feed now though. But we have finally a disgusting, awful, awful, awful update on Charlotte the Stingray.
No.
So after saying that she was pregnant, now they're saying she was never pregnant and she's sick and she's probably gonna die. And this is devastating. And like, how irresponsible, and they don't know what they're doing. Like,
Yeah,
so
how do they not know? What is it? How is she
So,
sick? A
so
tumor?
Charlotte has developed a rare reproductive disease that has negatively impacted her reproductive system. The findings are truly sad and unexpected. Like, how stupid could you be? Like, where are the vets?
Yeah, how do you say for months that the babies are coming?
I can only tell you what we know for certain. I've never been a liar. This was not a scam. This was not anything made up. But people do that. People have their own thoughts. This is a very weird story. Um, The most unusual thing for me is that I recall seeing footage of an ultrasound, and on that ultrasound, you could see an embryonic ray. If the female aborted the developing embryo and either consume them or a tank mate consume them. Oh, this is disgusting.
She
I'm so
was
sad for her.
she was pregnant at one point.
No, they don't know. No one knows. No one knows. But right now, the statement that they finally said is that she has a rare condition and she's not. So it's not good.
Well, that's sad.
No, it's so
Now the
sad.
whole
And
world knows about her and
I
was rooting
know.
for her. And now we know she's not going to make it.
Oh my god. I'm very
Really
upset about
sad.
it. I hope they're wrong about this too. Like, these people don't seem like they know what's going
Right.
on.
Maybe they are wrong about it because they don't really know what they're
So
doing.
I didn't like that update. I'm not happy to see that.
I'm kind of sad we followed that story for so long.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about TikTok. Um,
Okay.
every time we do a podcast, I forget to mention it. I've been wanting to talk about the baloney psychics that are overtaking and ruining my experience on TikTok.
Oh, psychics?
Fake psychics. They Can I just tell you, and I'm not the everyone I talk to that has TikTok, they see these stupid psychics and it's like you're no one's searching psychics. So they're just like overtaking everybody's feed. There's so many of them. There's like
There
a
are a lot of
billion of
them.
them. It's
There
not like
are.
3 or 4 people that you can eventually get them off you can't because
Hmm.
there's so many and no matter how fast you scroll by like they just keep popping up and it's like making me not want to go on there. It's ruining my experience.
I know. I remember when I first started getting them, I was watching them kind of just like laughing at it and saying like,
Yeah,
what are they gonna say?
right.
And it's the most generic things. But if
But
you
now
watch
everyone's
one,
doing it.
no, but if you watch one, your entire feed is that. And I had to like search up dogs. Something else, like I had to search up things and my
I,
feed would like
I
change.
think there's so many that it doesn't matter if you watch it or not. Obviously, if you
Yeah.
watch it, you'll get more than you already do. But no matter what, you're getting them because everyone I
Hmm.
talk to is getting them, and nobody cares and watches them.
Right.
So let's just clear up a little thing. Like we should do a petition, like ban them from TikTok because it's invasive, like it's ruining your experience. B, there's like a billion of those people on there, and C, they're all full of shit.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, I'm from Miami. I have what I call highly intuitive. I know people, Miami, it's a very Latin thing too to be in that kind of world or whatever. but also like I feel like it's Latins, and then like the UK has a lot of good, renowned psychics that are like famous or whatever. But long story short, what I know about high intuition slash psychics or whatever, there's no such thing as a collective reading. So can we please like educate people? Like there's no such thing. You don't have a reading for a collective. That's not a thing. It's
Yeah,
actually very specific.
those videos that go viral and it's like a million people watched it and everyone's like, "This is me," and it's
Oh
like
no,
this
I
does
claim
not
it.
pertain to a million people.
No, they all say I claim it. That's not how it works. You don't claim a baloney story that you're looking like. That's not a thing.
Right, they claim it so it ends up being theirs, but
Oh, so
I
A,
guess
there's
it's
no
like,
collective.
yeah,
B, this is not. There's no gender in tarot. What? Of course there is. If psychics, intuition, there's if anything, it's very specific. It's very specific. There's absolutely a gender. They're like it could be. There's no gender. It could be a male, female. That's not a thing. Like that's not a thing. Oh my gosh. And I just feel like the reason I'm like so many people like fall like if you look at the comments, people are like really like it's sad to
no,
watch.
people are invested, and then some of these psychics are like, click on the link on my bio to finish the reading, and then you have to pay for the reading. So people are literally paying for these collectives.
It's really sad. We need a
It is
PSA.
sad. I feel like it takes over people's lives, and like some people, I'm sure of it, wake up every day and like watch these tarots to like see how their week is gonna go, how their day is gonna go, and like
Okay, so
it's
everyone
for
watch.
vulnerable people who are in
Yeah.
like a tough spot, who are either going through
Yeah.
a breakup, looking for love, and they
There's
haven't found
always
it, or
somebody
like it's
looking
just like,
for that thing, and it's
yeah,
sad because it's
waiting
not
for a
real.
job, like, yeah, it's people that are vulnerable.
I'm not saying psychics aren't real. I do think people have gifts to have an intuition, but these aren't these people. And if
Right.
these people, if any of them are real, there's one or two. Like cuz it's not, I mean, it's not everyone doesn't have that gift, and it's a gift. And trust me, it's very specific, and it's not a collective, and you're not whatever. But there is this one lady that I saw a long, long time ago when I first came on, and she was the only one that I've ever seen on there try to be specific. She's like, the male has like dark hair, he works in this industry, like if you're doing very specifics, then it's more likely to be something, even though they could be making it up. All these people just look like storytellers. They're like, this today I'm going to
Yeah.
talk about the fact that you're going to lose a job. Like, it's just like they're making up stories.
Yep. And my favorite is when people are like, we have Taurus, Aquarius,
Yeah.
Libra, water sign, fire sign. They literally name
Yes.
everyone. And then
Yes.
they're like, they could be a doctor, a
Yeah.
lawyer, a
Yes.
policeman. They name every
You could
occupation.
have any
And you're
sign in
just
your
like,
chart. Any of
so it
them.
could be anyone.
Yes. This could happen in the day, night, midday, middle of the night. Like,
Right.
just name
This could have
everything.
happened or it's about to happen.
No.
Like,
No.
what?
And then they say, my readings are timeless. So whenever you see it, it applies. Like, really? This is so irresponsible.
It is. It really
Like
is.
they're timeless. That's not a thing. Timeless? It's actually not timeless. It's actually very specific.
Right,
And
and they're talking about like finding love. So it's like, okay, this could be 5 years from now, it could be now. Like it's so stupid.
it's so it's so sad how many people believe it. It's like it's so
Hmm.
unbelievably inaccurate and fake. It's made up story. It's fiction. It's
It is
fiction.
fiction. But people are
It's
taking it and like using it in their lives.
it's wild. Now, if you're an actual psychic and you want to get on TikTok and you want to provide like some sort of service and blow people's minds, okay, be like, I'm asking them to whoever's like looking at my video, like give me specifics and I want to read to them. That's different. Like if you're giving specifics, like you're in your
Right.
40s, you have this hair, like you work in this industry, blah blah blah. You just had this happen in your life. Like that's very specific. Be
Yeah.
specific. All these other things, they're all baloney. It's all fiction.
And there's like lives too on TikTok. They've popped up on my feed and it's like they're like waiting for the collective to join and then they're reading off of the people who joined the live. It's like,
Yeah. Because people will give like gifts, like money,
right.
and then they'll
And
ask
they're
a
like, tap the
question.
screen. If once you give, I can give.
Yeah, I think, and then they ask a
The
question,
gimmick.
and then they answer it. I've never
TikTok.
watched the live. But obviously they do it for money.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine if you're actually a psychic and you
Right.
actually have a gift. But these people, I don't believe a person that actually has a gift would do this kind of stuff because it's fraudulent.
Mm-hmm.
So to
Right.
me, if you actually have the gift, you're trying to give accurate information,
Right. You're doing
not just,
one-on-ones
you know,
and you're like in person or I don't know. You know what I had the other day, or not the other day, but when I was waitressing, um, this one table asked, like, do you know those pendulums that swing and they say yes or no? So she literally was like, I'm gonna have, and then she ordered a drink, and then she's like, wait, 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 wait. And she would swing it, and she's like, yeah, 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 that's good.
no.
And then I
She
came
walks around with a
back.
pendulum?
Yes, no, for all her decisions. It wasn't just one thing. She did it for the drink, and then I came back,
I'm
and then she
dying.
asked, like, she's like, I'll have the salmon. And then she's like,
No,
wait,
no,
wait.
no.
And
I
she
don't
would just
believe
sit
that.
there and let it swing and have me wait there. And then she was
Who was
like,
she with?
okay, yeah, I'll have the pendulum. I'll
Was
have
she
the
with a
salmon.
boyfriend?
No, with another girl.
And the girl
I
was
don't
not
know.
horrified?
They clearly
That
are both into that. I don't know.
that is okay. I think that's probably the craziest thing I've heard in 2024. Like,
That is prison. You can't make your own decisions. Like you're
no,
literally
that's like a
dependent on
Baker
this stupid
Act
thing.
situation.
I know.
Like, what? You're walking
You
around with
can't
a
order your
pendulum?
own drink.
Can you imagine if a guy like comes to talk to her and she's like, "Wait,
She probably does.
I
Crazy.
that's actually so funny."
It's actually concerning.
And did you make it obvious that you were like laughing at her?
Oh no, I need a tip.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah.
so.
People,
What else about the psychics? Anything else?
um,
That's it. They just need to stop. They need to get off it. It's ruining the TikTok experience. I need more animals
it is.
and less of that.
It really does happen to random people because my roommate actually got that one. She's like, have you ever seen these tarot people on TikTok?
Exactly. That's my point. Like, it's not, nobody's looking up psychics.
And
Like,
she was
nobody.
like, because she's going on dates right now with this one guy, and she was like,
Yeah.
TikTok said that like it's my soulmate, and I was like, it tells everyone it's your soulmate,
Listen, everyone's gonna meet someone. Everyone's gonna lose a job. Everyone's gonna move. Like, they just tell you
right?
stupid
It's just the
stuff,
most generic
stories.
things.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
dumb.
they need to be stopped.
They need to be stopped. Something else on TikTok, which is a good thing. Um, have you come across the page of Lady and that guy?
Lady.
So the name of the page, I think it's Lady and that guy. So it's this guy that he lives like in a trailer in the middle. I think it's Arizona, like a desert type of thing. He lives in a trailer and he came across this baby kitten and he named her Lady. And she's the cutest little thing you've ever seen. She was this big when he met her. Well, when he saw her out there, but it's like the middle of the desert. There's nothing around. So it's like, how did she get there? And there's coyotes and like it's like in the middle of like wildlife. So he documented from the time that he saw her, and people are obsessed, including myself. And he named the account Lady and that guy, and he acts like he doesn't really show himself, like like not really, but it's all about the cat and him talking to the cat. He's like, I hate cats. I don't want this. Like he's like, I hate this thing. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But he truly like is falling in love with it while he's doing all these videos.
Uh,
It is the most wholesome, most beautiful content. He's gained like 1 million followers. I don't know how many, but people are obsessed. People in the comment, they're like, I wait all day for this. Like, I can't, I'm so happy. You don't know how happy this makes me. Like, I wait all day to see updates. Like, it's so cute because he takes her to work with him. He like has all this
huh.
cat stuff in his little trailer. It doesn't even fit. He had to like take out stuff from a cabinet to make room for her. He has the litter box. Like, everyone's giving him tips and sending him gifts, and she plays. It's so cute, and she's so little.
Oh, it's so cute. A man who's like, I don't want this animal.
Yes.
And then they fall in love with the animal and they like show like a more feminine, soft side to the
No.
animal.
No,
It's
now he's
actually
taking
so
her to
cute.
work. He left her home alone in the trailer, and then now he feels bad, so he brings her to work, and he goes in the car. So at first he would let her like
Mm.
walk outside by herself, like unleashed or whatever. And then people kept saying like you got to be careful. What if she runs away? Like a hawk can get her, a snake, all this stuff. So now like he keeps her tethered. Like he's like making sure like she's safe. He has like a cat carrier and this and that, and he just talks to her the whole time. He's like,
Oh.
"What do you think about what we have a leak? Help me find the leak." Like he's like working on his trailer, he's working on his truck, and he's always talking to her. Like that's the whole thing. Like he talks to her, and she like looks like she's listening. It's so cute. It's so cute. Like it's like it
Oh,
makes you feel so good. Like every time you watch it.
I also love videos like that because I hope that it makes like some other lonely man, not lonely, but just like a man with no pet, want a pet.
So cute.
It's
Um,
kind of just like Dave Portnoy. Like I hope like people see that and they're just like, I want a pet now. Like it's just like the bond is so cute.
it's it's real love, is what it
It is real
is.
love.
I will say TikTok does such a good service to people with the like the strays and the fosters and all that because people love those kind of stories. They eat them up and they even like can make money or get the things they need. Like if I save a dog and I start documenting people and I don't have the money to help, people will send money because people
Right.
love animals. So I feel
Hmm.
like it's such a great part of TikTok. Like if you want to save an animal or your animal needs help, like people will help. Like I love it.
Right.
I love it.
I
So
know.
good.
Very cute.
So Miss Peaches, Dave Portnoy's dog, he just flew her in a private plane to what's that place called? Newport, California, I think.
Yeah.
Newport, not Newport, California, just Newport. And she made a friend over there, and so cute. She's so chill, and this other dog is a boy dog, and he's so chill, and it was beautiful. They're like
It was
laying there, just going
beautiful.
like this to each other, like it's so cute.
Miss Peaches is a great dog.
She's gorgeous. I love her. She's so chill. She got the bone to the city of Miami the other week
I saw that.
during National Rescue Day or
She's so
something.
cute. And I love how he dresses her up.
Oh, because everyone sends her gifts. It's so funny.
And I
But
love that he's using his following and power for good. Because he really gives back to a ton of charities.
well, there was okay. So in Medley, which is like a little North Miami, like Hialeah area, there was like so we have the Miami Dade shelter, and then there's like a I don't know if it's part of Miami Dade, but it's like a secondary shelter for the overflow of dogs, and it's like this
Mm-hmm.
area, and I don't think it's county run. I don't know who runs it, but it's it's all like outside and it's so hot and they have no like all their fans broke or something. So everybody was messaging Dave Portnoy like he lives in Miami. So they're like, "Oh my god, you have to help. You have to help." So he made a video. Look, I'm getting bombarded with all this stuff. I called them immediately. I offered to put a new AC system right away for these dogs, but the way like the way it's set up, like they can't do that. So I guess he sent them a bunch of industrial fans or something, and told
Aw.
everybody, look, go look at the dogs there. They need to get adopted, stuff like that. So like I love that. Like it's so good. We need somebody with a voice like that to like really advocate for these dogs.
Right. And
So
he does a really good job at that. Uh,
yeah, so good. So staying on the subject of TikTok, it was so funny that Bethany Frankel. So last week we talked about her
mm-hmm.
Chanel videos, and then after that she posted a video which I thought was so funny. She's like, so her daughter's name is Bryn, and she's like, Bryn just came in the room and asked me what a nepo baby is, and I told her to go look in the mirror.
Yep.
That's why everyone loves her because she's so funny. Like she's so like
Yeah, she's
real.
so real.
Yeah. So I thought that was amazing. She's like, go take a look in the mirror, and then oh, I saw this other story on TikTok. So there was a mom that had like a son and a daughter, and she was basically talking about her son has always had like behavioral issues. Like he's always been like getting in trouble at school, getting like he's always like, either physically violent or verbally or like he's always been an issue. And so she's tried everything. She's tried whatever. Not rehab, but like schools and this and that and boot camp, whatever she's tried. And at the end of the day, like now that he's older and her daughter's like 10, she finds him like unsafe to be around the daughter. She's like, and now I gotta I gotta think of other whatever. So she reported him, like she called whatever. He's in a place. And everyone's like commenting, like, oh my God, how can you do that to your kid or this or that, whatever. But I just thought it was so interesting because that happens so much.
Yeah, it kind of takes a lot of guts to report your own child.
You got
to
to be
like
really
help your
scared.
daughter.
She must have been really like, something really bad's going to happen if I don't do something, you know?
Right. And a lot of people, a lot of parents just turn a blind eye or like don't believe it, and then something bad does happen.
And now you
So,
have something bad happening to both your kids as opposed to just one.
right.
If, you know, so I think that was interesting. I see that happen a lot. Like, there's just some kids that you cannot control.
I know, like they're just born like that sometimes.
I know. I don't know what I would do. I don't know
Like she
what I would
probably
do.
would have dealt with it if she didn't have a daughter, but she has to think about her daughter now.
Yeah, it's wild.
It is wild.
It's scary, especially with guys, with boys,
Yeah,
because they're
he like could have
stronger.
hurt the whole family, or even been like the next like school.
I know you have kids and you never think like they could turn out to be like the biggest nightmare of your life. And
Mm-hmm.
it's out of your control. Whether they have health issues, mental issues, anger
Yeah.
issues, like it's a thing. It's
Yeah, you never
wild.
know how they're gonna turn out. Like you can try everything, but sometimes they're just mentally twisted.
So I saw that story and it affected me. I was like, oh, this is so depressing. I feel bad because now even if he's in there, like she probably like is just 24 hours. She's thinking about like what's gonna happen after now,
What's
like
gonna
oh the
happen? Like,
guilt.
did she make the right decision? She feels guilty. What if he's not that crazy? But she probably does think he's crazy. But
Yeah, it's wild. J Lo, J Lo canceled all her tour,
mm. And you
her
see the
entire
statement that she put out
that she was
as if it wasn't
heartbroken.
because of low ticket sales.
She said that.
No, she said that it was because she wants to spend time with her family. But it's because of low ticket sales.
Well, I heard a flip side, another theory
Hmm.
that her and Ben fabricated this divorce rumors to deflect from the fact that there's low ticket sales. And
Ooh,
so she has a reason to cancel and say she has to quote unquote work on her family. But again, these are all theories, stupid.
I could see that though. I feel like they definitely make up
I don't
stories.
think they would fabricate problems in their marriage. Who could think that far ahead? Like, come on.
It depends
Because that
what she's
started
more
before.
embarrassed about. She's
Yeah,
probably more embarrassed that her stuff flopped.
but the marriage stuff started before she even knew like there would be bad ticket sales. No?
No, she definitely knows that there's bad ticket sales. Definitely went around
It
before
wasn't
this
even
whole other
that
stuff.
bad. They were like 75% sold. Like it's not horrendous. I personally think it does look like she canceled it because she's about to like get another divorce and maybe she's like let me
Because
chill and
she
like
tricked you.
no, I don't think so.
I think so.
No, I think they were actually having marriage issues and she's like let me relax and like hang out with my family.
I think it was a flop and she doesn't want to admit it because that's who she is. Like she is obsessed with being
Or
successful.
they're two independent issues happening at the same time and one has nothing
Exactly.
to do with
That's
the
what I
other.
think it is. Two independent issues.
Yeah.
Because after the documentary came out, so many people bashed her and the relationship and everything. And that's like one of the main reasons that Ben didn't want to be with her in the first place and why they broke up in the first place. So I think
So
it just came back around.
Claudia Oshry on the Toast was saying that she just saw this movie that Ben Affleck was in before Pearl Harbor. And she's like, oh my God, I never realized how freaking hot Ben Affleck used to be.
Nope.
He used to be so hot, like gorgeous, like just manly, like not
Hmm.
pretty hot, like just like I want to like jump his bones hot. Like he's just like so cute. And he used to be, and now it's so funny because when she said that, I'm like, yeah, he used to be so gorgeous. Even in that girl in that movie, that crazy movie with the Gone Girl. Did you ever
Hmm.
watch that?
Yeah.
He was hot in that too, and older than Pearl Harbor because that was a long time ago. But it's just if you look at him now and you look at him then, it's like no matter how hot you are at whatever point in your life, you will not be hot at some point. Like especially like I think he still could have been just as hot as before if he would have worn
Yeah.
sunblock, if he would have done moisturizing, if because listen, you're hot just like genetically, but even though there's Botox and there's facelifts and all that stuff to combat whatever, it doesn't always come out like looking good and fresh.
Right. But I think he could have been, because some guys get hotter as they get older. They get that salt and pepper and they get
If they
hotter.
have like magical skin and or they take care of it.
Well, yeah, I think the issue is that he didn't take care of himself. He was an alcoholic. He smokes. Like he's just not a healthy person. But I
Right.
also think it's his aura, and like he just looks like a dark, sad person
He
now.
looks down. He doesn't
He
look
always
happy.
looks
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
So I think that's also like a huge issue. Like he just always looks like upset. It's like ooh.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
so like physical looks is one thing, but also like your energy is huge and like
Yeah, and his
how
energy is
far your
awful.
hotness takes you. Like
Yeah.
your energy is everything. Like
Right, he doesn't look confident and like he doesn't look pulled back, put together, like he just looks frumpy and mad.
yep. So
Yeah.
it is so funny. He used to be so gorgeous.
I know, and Jennifer's like so healthy and he's so not. Or
Jennifer's
doesn't seem
healthy, but
like
she
it.
needs to update her. A lot of people suffer from this syndrome that I call stuck like in the 80s like
Oh
the
yeah.
hair, everything like they don't update anything and like they
Hmm.
still dress like they used to 50 years ago. It's like, "Oh my god,
Right.
update your look please." It drives
Yeah,
me
she still
nuts.
tries to dress like Jenny from the block.
And it doesn't work.
Yeah,
It
I
looks
agree.
funny. Like I can't I know some people in my real life that are like that. I'm like, "Can you please update your wardrobe?"
Yeah, they're stuck in that generation that they grew up in. Yeah.
Totally.
But yeah, I think two issues that she's having
Yeah, we'll see how
at
that goes.
once. I definitely think it's the ticket sales because
Yeah. But she's also rumored to have a Las Vegas residency. I don't know if that's a go. I don't know if that's
that'd be
still in talks.
crazy.
But maybe she's like, well, screw the tour and I'll just get the sales in the residency.
Hmm.
She's perfect for a Vegas residency. I mean, she is Vegas looking like the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that will do well if she does the Vegas thing.
Right. The younger generation just isn't into that. It would have to be like older generation, her
Into
old
what?
music, into J-Lo.
Yes, they are. If they're in
The
Vegas.
younger,
If they're in Vegas and they want to go see a
hmm,
show, it's
I'm sure they'll
fun.
see someone else.
She does have some bangers and she is a good performer. So
That's what I'm saying, your generation.
I don't know. I don't know. Speaking of hot guys, Brad Pitt. I feel so bad for Brad Pitt.
Do
Like,
you?
yes, it's
Isn't he an
listen,
abusive
I
man?
don't think first of all, we don't know, but I think he had like an incident. I don't think he was like over time like a month. I think he had like that one incident or that one small period of time that he was fighting with Angelina Jolie and maybe drinking too much. Like I don't think
Well, clearly it's actually more than that because all his kids, two of them so far, have changed their
Brianna,
names.
parent alienation is a real thing. And Angelina Jolie, in my opinion, has worked overtime to turn those kids from him. And I think that's wrong. Because there's way worse parents out there. And he's not one of those.
So in the public, he cheated on his wife. He was abusive. He drank too much. But no, it must have just
He
been
was
one-time
abusive and drank too
things.
much, not with Jennifer Aniston, with, you're saying with Angelina.
And the kids, yes.
But was he abusive and drank too much for a period of
I'm
time? Or
saying
was it
he
that one
had,
incident on the airplane that they keep talking about?
okay, that's my point, is that all these little things, like bad things come out about him
I'm
and you're like,
sorry.
well, it's just that one little thing. Behind closed doors, he probably sucks.
Right. So we don't know what was actually happening, but let's hypothetically say that he had an incident on the plane and the cheating on Jennifer has no relevance. It doesn't, he ended the marriage, who cares? That has no relevance as his parent, as a parent. If he had that one incident on the plane and he had that one stint of like drinking too much, he's a human being and he's allowed to make mistakes and he's obviously felt terrible and done the work to revert that and he wants to be part of his kid's life. You can't ask for more
Why
than
do
that
you think that?
because he's always talking about he made a mistake, he stopped drinking, he's trying to be part of the kid's life, but I feel like she's turned the kids against him and that's not good. And it's not healthy for the kids. Every kid wants to be part of their father's life. So the reason I brought this up is because one of his daughters, like biological, because they have all the adopted babies and then they have the biological children that she birthed with him. And when she turned 18, she dropped his last name.
That's what I know.
Oh, you saw it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That the two kids have tried to change their last name already.
No, one kid. Who's the other one?
Isn't there another kid?
Well, he has, I don't know if it's two or three biological with her and then the adopted one. So I don't know who else
Okay,
tried to
let's
drop.
just say it's the one kid. But
I don't know.
for her to do that, she clearly doesn't like her father. Maybe he was like bad to her.
I do, again, not knowing any specifics. I don't know the actual story, so I could be completely wrong. But I'm just saying, hypothetically, if it's the way I see the way it is, I do think, especially when there's money involved, kids are very easy. First of all, kids don't know what, you know, it's very easy for Angelina to alienate them from him, especially when they don't
Yeah.
live in, like, they're stars, they're always traveling, like, you're not in the same household. I think, especially when you have money, let me be very clear. If they were just nobodies, regular people, and that little girl needed money to do her things, she'd, Daddy, Daddy, trust me, she wouldn't be all high and mighty dropping his last name. Okay? She has more than what she needs. And she's like, I don't need you because my mom says you're this and this and that. She's very entitled as they are coming from the family that they're coming from. So everything is circumstantial. If she needed her dad, she wouldn't be doing this.
Okay,
Sorry.
well, how nice that she doesn't need her dad, who probably
It's
sucked.
messed up. Because if all he did was like drink a little in a small amount of time and he regretted it and is trying to be part of your life, I don't think this is
I
cool.
just like don't understand. Like, you clearly don't know what he did behind closed doors.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I don't know. But if it is what I think it is, I think it's messed up. If it's more to the story that I don't know, obviously, then that's not the case.
Right, and I think if someone shows that much in public, I think behind closed doors,
What did he show in
probably
public? That
worse.
he drank too much on a plane and yelled at one of the kids? I haven't heard any other abuse stories that we don't know of. Maybe there's more that we don't know, but all I'm trying to say, apart from that family, is that it's very easy to alienate your kids, especially when you have money and the kids don't need the other parent.
Right.
That's
Or
all I'm saying.
that came out, like Angelina Jolie, like called the paparazzi when he was cheating on Jennifer. Like, she planned the whole thing.
That's what I'm saying. She
Like,
could
she
be
has
like a
like this side
little.
to her that's like a little like
I'm actually
devious.
really disappointed from my what do you call it? Like my assumptions. I'm obviously assuming things, but from what it
Hmm.
looks like to me, I'm very disappointed because Angelina Jolie just before she looked like someone that really cared about children and justice and all this stuff. What she's doing to her own kids, if she's doing what I'm saying she's doing, is disgusting to me. Like you don't alienate your kids from their parent if they're not a horrible person, and he's not. I'm sorry, he's not. I don't think he is. I haven't seen it unless someone proves otherwise. I think even the fact that they're not even divorced yet, like the divorce keeps that to me is a sign that she's being a difficult wench. Like she's showing this side of her that's like revengeful and like spiteful and
Right.
she's showing that and I feel like it's very disappointing because I didn't think she was like that. And as a mother that loves your kids, you want your kids to have a good relationship with their father if they're not a horrible person.
Right. Yeah, she has showed like these little the side of her a couple times, I
Yeah.
guess. You just never know.
Unless I'm wrong about something that I don't know about.
Right.
But she's shown some spiteful stuff. Like she even tried to sell something that she didn't have the right to do. Like she's been doing things like that are just spiteful. I don't know. But it's sad.
Right.
He must feel like crap. Like
It
you can't
is
go
sad.
imagine if you're a guy and like your ex like has all the kids under her reign. It's like so hard to penetrate that. Like it's not easy.
It is hard, especially if you've done the work to change and stuff. It is sad. It's a sad situation.
It is a sad
Just like
situation.
feel it. Yeah, to change your last name too. Like, you're not my
That's
dad.
so can you imagine? I mean, I'm not a guy, so I wouldn't know what that feels like with your kid, but my God.
Well, it's just like them really like saying, I don't want you part of my life.
It's like, yeah, it's like blocking you.
Yeah.
You're out.
Yeah.
And
I
these
mean,
are
we'll see how the
Hollywood
other kids
kids.
react.
And these are Hollywood kids, so it's like a thing now. Like Tom Cruise's daughter did it, which she's in every right to do because he's not part of her life and he
Right.
doesn't want to be. But it's like a thing too. It's like a trend.
Yeah.
So crazy.
It is crazy. We'll see what
Uh,
the other kids do and if this is actually what's happening. Maybe she won't be able to alienate all of them.
it's just sad because they're missing all this time, you know? To
Yeah.
like Alec Baldwin, do you know who he is? He's the one that
Hmm.
so Haley Baldwin's dad is his brother, right? And he's an actor and he just had that whole like thing with the movie that the lady got shot by accident, remember? So after all that, and then his wife, did you remember her, Hilaria Baldwin, that everyone's making fun of her because she talks with an accent and pretends she's from Spain, but she's from Boston? Hilaria. So they have 7 kids. They have so many kids. And
Wait,
they,
Alec or Alec,
Alec
right?
and his wife Hilaria,
Oh,
or however you say her name, they just announced that they're coming out with a reality show on TLC. It's crazy. Like, it's the most tone deaf thing ever. Like, he's hated. Everyone, no one likes her. Like, it's just like, why would you think anyone? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure people will watch,
I think
but
people see like the train wreck that's gonna happen.
no, 7 kids screaming though. It's just like, oh,
Well, young kids?
yeah.
Oh,
Like like if you look at his Instagram, he posted a video of him and her talking about the new reality show, and all you hear is kids screaming, and you just want to pull your hair out. So that's ballsy of him. That's
that
like,
is ballsy of them after everything that's come out about them. Wouldn't they want to like kind of keep it hush for a little?
no, that's true. I don't know what you call it. Is it confidence? Is it narcissism? Is it like read the room, tone deaf? What is this?
Right. Like,
You just
why
killed
would he want to be in the
somebody by
spotlight right
accident
now?
under your reign because it was your production, and like you're gonna let people in your home. Like that's probably not the thing you should do health wise.
Yeah. Like,
Or he's trying to change his image and he wants to look like the doting father. But
that could be
also, like,
it.
is she gonna use an accent? How is she gonna?
Does she still use an accent even after people said that?
I don't know. I she does talk like in the even in the little Instagram video. She does talk with a little like not like someone from Boston.
So bizarre.
She goes, "We have an announcement." He's like, "Are you pregnant?" She's like, "No, no, no. We're not having any more kids."
7 kids. I mean, I guess if you have money, whatever.
Kill me. How do you go anywhere? You need two
But she has
cars.
help.
But you need 2 cars. You can't just go anywhere.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
even
you
a
just need a,
minivan.
yeah, you can get a van. I guess
Oh, a
seven's the
minivan,
max.
like a school bus van,
Like a van, yeah.
like those little private school buses that pick you up. They have like a bunch of seats.
Yeah. But yeah, I
Yeah.
guess seven's the max you can have to drive places.
Not to sound terrible, but that's like sounds like my worst nightmare. The
Kind of an
chaos.
odd number though, because what if you got to pair up?
You can't. But going to a restaurant. Oh no, you should never.
There's no way they don't go. They can't go out to eat like that.
They would need like a private back room. You know, like
Yeah.
it's. Oh, that's crazy. So, are you gonna watch?
I might watch the first couple episodes just to see what it's about, what it's kind of
Yeah.
like. And also, he's also like a, what's his name, Ben Affleck, where he always looks like dark and down.
Yeah, well, he's always having issues. Like I don't know if you
Right.
remember this. You were probably little. His ex-wife, Kim Basinger, however you say her name. She's this gorgeous blonde from back in she was a star back in the 90s. And they were married. They have a kid or two. I don't remember how many kids. But he had this incident with his one daughter, and it was awful. So back then, we used answering machines. So he was like either divorced or getting divorced or whatever with his ex. And he left a message on the daughter's voicemail. ripping her apart, like verbally abusing his daughter. And they released it to the public. And it
Oh,
was terrible. Because he has an anger issue. Like he's always in, like he's had like fights in public, and he fights for people over parking spaces, and he's like he
yeah,
has anger issues, which leads me to not comprehend how he can deal with 7 small children. Um,
that is crazy.
he has
Dealing
a
with 7 children,
terrible.
and I wonder like if it's gonna be like if we're gonna see the side of him because sometimes when you're on a reality show, like producers paint you in a certain light, or if he's like working with producers so he has like a good edit. I don't know.
I doubt he's gonna. I mean, I would think the whole purpose of this reality show is to put him in a different light. So, but I mean, recently he was at a coffee shop and you had some annoying person in his face going, "How you killed? How could you?" Whatever, like berating him, which they shouldn't do. And he grabbed the phone and he like threw the phone off the bitch's hand.
That I understand. That's not
Well,
anger.
I
Like,
I understand why he did it, but I don't because you just walk like
no,
he
he
has
probably
anger
gets that
issues.
all the time.
Yeah,
When that stuff was happening.
I know, but you still don't
Paparazzi and people
physically.
but put their phones in your faces,
Yeah,
asking you questions like
but
that.
you
Like,
don't physically, as a man, knowing how many issues you don't do that. Just don't go to the coffee shop. Like you have to find other ways to avoid these encounters.
yeah.
So,
I don't know. This could be like even worse for him. We'll see.
and I wonder what kind of relationship he has with his other kids from the first marriage, because that's also interesting.
The show. Wait, he has 7 kids with one person, and then more kids.
From his first marriage, one or
Oh my
two
gosh,
daughters. Yes. But he had a horrible relationship with them before. I don't know how it is now,
that's a
but
lot of kids.
yeah,
There's no way he gives all of them attention.
it's impossible.
Yeah,
It's like
having
having
that
five.
too many kids.
I always think that about dogs too. I'm like, I give so much love to my one dog. I could do it with two, but I can't do it with four. Like, that's a lot of individual attention. Anyways, last story. You know who Lenny Kravitz is, right?
Yeah.
So he's a rock star, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hot ass rock star, tattoos, all this stuff. He's like this sexy man. And it's so interesting. He hasn't had a serious relationship in 9 years and he's celibate. It's like,
Oh,
what? It's like shocking. He's saving himself for someone special. In a new interview with The Guardian, the 60-year-old opened up about his relationship status. Kravitz told the outlet that it's been 9 years since he's been in a serious relationship. He added that he was serious about previous claims of wanting to remain celibate during this process. Yes, it's a spiritual thing. Although he'd love to find love, that special person will likely have to adjust to the "are you going to be my way" hitmaker's lifestyle. I have become very set in my ways and the way I live. Uh-oh. That's not good.
yeah, yeah, that's not good.
He's like, it's just a promise I made until I get married. Where I'm at in my life, the women have got to come with something else, not just the body, but the mind and the spirit. It usually trips him out, but that's the way it's going to be. I'm looking at the big picture. Sorry, man, I'm not going to deal with that question. I said it and I just got blown out of proportion. Oh, wait. Kravitz revisited the topic, saying those words were taken out of context. He probably just means he doesn't sleep around. He probably just means like he takes it seriously.
Honestly, honestly, good for him for someone who could literally have anyone.
I love that it's coming from like a hot, sexy, tattooed rock star with,
Right.
you know,
Like he has
the
a bunch
vibes.
of women going after him, and he just respects himself, his decision, his bodies, his
Not only
time.
that, he's showing like it's not fun. It's like it's a very
Right.
lonely state to be in, to just like not care about like go deeper with
Right.
somebody. It's like
I
a
know he's
lone
like it's not just about the body. Like you have to connect in other ways.
because that gets very boring. It's very
Yeah.
transient. Like and it becomes not fun anymore. Like, come on. So
Yeah.
that was
It's
very
very
interesting.
impressive.
It's very,
Kind of
very
makes him hotter.
it makes him hotter.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, I don't know if full 100% celibacy is the answer, because I think that might be a little rigid. If you do want to date, like that
Yeah.
might set you up for like a block, but maybe just take it seriously and like really like go deeper and like give people a little opening, but not that big of an opening.
Yeah, he might be too rigid, like with what he wants, what he's looking
Yeah.
for. Like
And
she
then you
said,
don't
he
get
said.
to a deeper level with the person and give them a chance to show
Right,
you.
right.
So, but that's good. I think it's great.
9 years though.
That's not that long though. I we talk about this all the time, especially
Yeah.
if he got divorced or his last relationship. Like 2 years after a breakup is like nothing. It's like a blink. So that 2 years is gone, and then another 2 years, not a big deal. So that there you're at 4. So it really is not that long. And maybe you go on a date and it sucked. Like I don't know. It is long, but it doesn't have to be that long. I don't know.
It is a little long, but I'm sure
Yeah.
he's very busy, so I'm sure it flies by for him.
Yeah, you do have to stay open though. Like I know so many girls that they just get off of everything and they don't even try and I'm like you don't want to be in that place. You want to be open to opportunities. Like
When he was saying that he's set in his ways, it's like
yeah,
maybe be a little more flexible and open.
you
That's
do.
that's a thing when you get older. People
Yeah.
are set in their ways, they're not flexible. That's why it's so hard to date.
There should be like a flash that comes in for caution, caution, go back, go back. Like you're going too far this way. Caution, caution.
Yeah.
Because it's like you can't just close yourself off. You have to be more flexible. You could still stand in like your decisions, but giving someone the time of day is not going to change anything. Like if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And like, I don't know. It's sad. I know this girl, she's like 32. I'm like, dude, you act like you're 65. Like you're too young for this.
Yeah.
She's like shut down completely. Oh, she only hangs out with her mom. I'm like, this has to stop.
Oh,
This has to stop. All right. Beauty tip of the week. This is my ultimate favorite eyebrow situation. It's Wet and Wild. Wet and Wild, what's it called? Ultimate Brow Retractable Brow Pencil. I use it in the color taupe. Oh my god, it is so good. It's like the perfect color. Like it just fills it in without making you look like you're 70 years old, like an old lady. Like it leaves space and it makes your hair look natural. And then the other side has a spoolie. But I love this thing. Wet and Wild Retractable Brow Pencil, my favorite in taupe.
yeah, it gives a very natural look.
Yeah, I don't like when people have it looks like a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
That's very old lady looking. I don't like it. But
Yeah.
that gives you just enough to like play around with and look natural.
Very
So,
nice.
all right, we're gonna review our Bye Baby book by next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that's all we have for this week. Have a wonderful. What's coming up this weekend? Anything? No. Oh,
No.
Father's Day. Isn't Father's Day
Oh,
coming up?
yeah, Father's Day.
So happy Father's Day to everybody. I think it's this weekend or
Happy
next week.
Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Have a great. Oh no, Father's Day is the 16th, the weekend after. So go get your
Never.
gifts if you haven't already. All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.